What's going on, everybody? Project Rodder here, and welcome to the Rodcast, the Monster Truck Fanatic podcast, which is your ultimate destination for all things monster trucks, whether you're a diehard Monster Jam fan, a passionate follower of the sport, or just an avid player of the Monster Jam or Monster Truck related video games. This is the podcast for you. Once again, I'm your host, Project Rodder, and in today's episode, it's going to be a lot shorter than before. I'm riding solo today. Unfortunately, I had an incredibly busy weekend and I was unable to get my guest on this weekend. So we did reschedule for next week. So next week we will have a guest. I have two more guests scheduled for the following weeks before I go solo for the week of World Finals of the Stadium Series and of the Steel Titans 2 series. I'll be riding solo for that episode just to go over some stats and whatnot. So we're going to go ahead and just get started with the results of last week, which last week we were in Wichita for the fourth stop of the Arena Series. When we left Greensboro, Captain's Curse and El Toro Loco were tied for first with 67 points apiece. Ice Cream Man was in third with 52, Monster Husky in fourth with 50, Gravedigger in fifth with 48, and Doomsday in sixth with 46. And I'll tell you what, Wichita was an amazing event. And there was one specific driver who was almost perfect, and it was just amazing, almost a perfect event. And to describe Wichita in two words, it would just be Gravedigger or April Summers, just because she was on a tear in Wichita. Let's go ahead and go over qualifying, where of course Gravedigger and April Summers was first in qualifying. El Toro Loco and Driftboy 912 was second. So they got the bye run into the semifinal round as Captain's Curse, Doomsday, Ice Cream Man, and Monster Husky, all in that order, had to compete in the first round. Going to high jump yet again. Gravedigger and April Summers taking that away from El Toro Loco. He ended up losing his streak. So Gravedigger won with 45-foot height. Ice Cream Man and Doomsday tied for second with 44.2 feet. El Toro Loco was in fourth with 43.6 feet. Monster Husky was in fifth with 41.7, and Captain's Curse was in sixth with 38.6 feet. Moving on to racing yet again. This is the only time April Summers was not able to capitalize on her perfect, or the road to a perfect event. And that's where Captain's Curse came along and went on an absolute tear, increasing his racing record to 9-0 on the season with his fourth straight racing victory this season. Defeated Doomsday in the final round. Gravedigger unfortunately was knocked out by Doomsday in the semifinal round, and Captain's Curse took out the second fastest qualifier in El Toro Loco in the semifinal round. So Doomsday and Captain's Curse was about 0.2 of a second faster, if that's the right term I'm using. So it was a close race, but Captain's Curse came out on top, extending that lead. So huge congratulations to Crazy Monster Jam fan. Let's see what he can do in the next stop, which is going to be Wilkes-Barre, the final stop of the Arena Series. Moving on to scales yet again. Gravedigger and April Summers getting the win with a 9.421. El Toro Loco and Driftboy 912 just behind her with a 9.176. Doomsday in third, Monster Husky in fourth, Captain's Curse in fifth, and Ice Cream Man in sixth. And moving on to freestyle. Now this one was quite a interesting event, and I know some people saw it going a different way or wish they would have went a different way, but it is what it is. The judges scored it, and that's how it's going to continue. Gravedigger and April Summers with a 38, with 34 in regulation and a 4 in bonus. And El Toro Loco and Driftboy 912 were in second place with a 37, with a 34 in regulation and a 3 in bonus. And this is where I say, some people really thought El Toro Loco should have won. Unfortunately, that's just the way it was. That's the way it was judged, and that's the way it's going to stand. So Gravedigger and April Summers coming out with a huge win. Monster Husky was in third, Doomsday in fourth, Captain's Curse in fifth, and Ice Cream Man in sixth. Unfortunate for Doomsday, Captain's Curse, and Ice Cream Man, all three of them had short-lived runs, which kind of led to the overall score for them. Moving on to the overall event champion, which was no secret at this point. Gravedigger and April Summers winning with 27 points. El Toro Loco was second with 22, Doomsday in third with 20, Captain's Curse in fourth with 15, and Ice Cream Man and Monster Husky tied for fifth with 11 points. So at the end of it all, El Toro Loco and Driftboy 912 is on top of the leaderboards with 89 points. Captain's Curse in second with 82 points. And Gravedigger and April Summers, because of the amazing event she had, plus the event championship, which gave her 5 extra bonus points, she is now in third with 80 points. 9 points away from tying El Toro Loco in first place. Doomsday is now in fourth with 66, Ice Cream Man in 5th with 63, and Monster Mud Husky in 6th with 61. So, like I mentioned before, this is the 4th stop of the Arena Series. One more stop to go, and that's going to be in Wilkes-Barre, where we're going to crown our Season 3 Arena Series champion. I can't wait to see it. It's going to be a couple weeks before we get to that point, but before we get there, we got to go to the Stadium Series for the 4th stop of their season, which is going to be in Glendale. And last time we were there, or last time we were at the Stadium Series, Dragon was on top with 131 points. Monster Mud Dalmatian in 2nd with 123. Bakugan in 3rd with 118. Northern Nightmare in 4th with 99. Max D in 5th with 98. Blue Thunder in 6th with 95. Soldier Fortune in 7th with 94. Megalodon in 8th with 93. Crush Station in 9th with 88, Earthshaker in 10th with 86, and Alien Invasion in 11th with 81. Gasamicky Garage has been disqualified from the event for reasons that we will not discuss over the podcast or any other media. If you'd like to find out for sure the exact reason, feel free to message me on Discord. So, moving on from the Stadium Series and the Arena Series and all that, we're going to go ahead. Before we end today's episode, I want to talk about one more thing, and that's going to be the upcoming series after the Steel Titans 2 series. So with Monster Jam Showdown releasing, the plan is for that to take over for the Steel Titans 2 series. So we will no longer be doing the series in the Steel Titans. It's going to be moving on to Showdown. So that being said, be sure to check out my Discord if you haven't already. If you're interested in being in these series, everything's going to be 100% on you. We're going to have 2 tours, Tour Purple, Tour Violet. Tour Blue and Tour Violet. And each tour is going to have 12 trucks. The final, when it comes to World Finals, we're going to have 16 trucks in World Finals out of 24 total in the season. So, that being said, the top 15 trucks from both leagues combined will be getting an automatic bid into World Finals, and the remaining 9 trucks in the series will all face off in a last chance qualifier to get that 16th and final spot in World Finals. More rules and more information will come out soon as I get it ready. So like I said, be sure to check out the Discord. I'm going to have everything on there. I'm going to have a channel dedicated to that as soon as I can. I've just been really swamped with the Steel Titans 2 series, but I will release that as soon as I can. And right now we're looking at about a month, doing it about a month after release of of Monster Jam Showdown. That's more or less when we're going to do it. So that being said, that's all the information I have for today. Like I said, I do apologize for not having a guest this week. I will have one next week for sure. The next 2 weeks, I have them set on who exactly I'm going to have on here, and then I'm going to ride solo for the week of World Finals in the Steel Titans 2 series. So that being said, just really quick, I got to do it. I do apologize, but be sure to use code Project Rod to receive 10% off of your W Energy order, guys. That stuff is amazing. It's great. Beach and Peach and Galaxy Grenade, my personal favorite. I wouldn't promote it if I didn't trust it. Again, if you don't know, try the sampler pack. It's not that bad. You get like 3 flavors to try and a shaker cup. So again, use code Project Rod to receive 10% off of your W Energy order at w.gg. And it's good stuff, guys, I promise you. But before we wrap it up, I'm going to go ahead and finish with the comment question of the day. If you'd like your comment question to be on the podcast, be sure to leave it down below on the YouTube comments or Spotify comments. I believe they work for both. Or I have a special channel dedicated to my Discord, or on my Discord server, where you can add your questions. And today's comment question of the day comes from last week's guest, Daniel Murray, the driver of Bakugan Dragonoid in the Steel Titans 2 Stadium Series. And his question is, will there be a special trick performed at World Finals? And without saying too much, yes. That's all I'm going to say. There's a lot of planning going on right now, but yes, there will be. So keep an eye out for that. Be sure to watch it all the way through to see us crown new World Finals champions and to see special stunts performed at World Finals. But with that being said, guys, that's all I got for this week. I'm sorry it was a short one. I promise next week will be a lot better, and I'll be able to do it a lot longer with a special guest. So if you'd like to be a guest, be sure to check out the sign up. It's on my Discord, it's on Instagram, it's on YouTube in the community tab. Be sure to comment down below if you'd like to have your comment question of the day on the show, or just let me know your feedback. Let me know what you think about it. Be sure to like, be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. And yeah, guys, once again, thank you guys so much, and I look forward to seeing you guys and talking to you guys next time. I'm Project Rod, and I'll see you in the next one.